Folks, welcome back to Fire Emblem Three Houses. Crimson Flower Ironman time. Yeah, that's a good intro, right? Yeah? Well, today we've got... Well, actually, you know what? I'm thinking today's probably going to be like a shorter episode, I feel. I think, I mean, the last couple of episodes kind of been, well... it wasn't even really the last couple of episodes. It's more like the last episode. It was kind of wonkily structured, just because the time skip kind of just dumps you in. So I feel like for this one, we're just going to watch supports, do this Monastery battle, and then go to... do the exploration in the Monastery. I think that's going to be our episode today. It should hopefully be a bit of a shorter one. Only one battle, but hey, it's a big un. So yeah, let's not dilly-dally. We've got a lot of supports to get through. Not including the Manuela Hanneman A support, which I would like to get quickly, but, you know, it is what it is.
Linhardt, I finally found you.
What are you doing down here in the Holy
These
Tomb?
structures were built more than 1,000 years ago and still remain. Amazing.
You wouldn't mind picking up, like, the Shield of Saros,
There's a
would you?
pattern to the saints' emblems carved into each of the sarcophagi. Here, you'll see if you come take a look.
Perhaps another time. Right now, I have something to discuss with you. You've said before that you don't care about the usefulness of your research. After giving it some thought, I decided that I'd like to create an institution for crest and relic research, and I'd like for you to lead it. All you would need to do is carry out whatever research you like. Somebody else will decide how to make use of your findings. What do you think? I imagine such an environment would suit you quite well.
Interesting, Edelgard, that you would make a position with a particular person in mind. Almost like you aren't trying to let the people most qualified get a job, but the people that you want to get a job. Crazy. It's almost like you're a hypocrite. Okay, no, I'm joking. Obviously, I'll go a little hard on her there. But yeah, no, I said this at like the start of the series when I was talking about why I don't really like Edelgard's support conversations. Yeah, I don't know, I just don't like this one. I feel like it just doesn't... It kind of flies in the face of her own ideology, which I guess is kind of the point, right? Obviously, like, the game wants to make a pretty big deal out of the fact that, you know, Edelgard is, not off her rocker, but, you know, there are a lot of, thematic similarities between her and Rhea, and I wouldn't exactly describe Rhea as, all there, shall we say. Just in different ways.
That I have my reservations, but I suppose I'll take you up on your offer, if you insist. Although I'm unsure if it's a good idea. If my research dries up, you'll be stuck with a worthless institute. I do hope you understand that, Your Majesty.
Why are you skeptical about my proposal?
It's because all I've ever cared about is following my own curiosity, wherever it takes me. Being head of some institution and researching as part of an organized team sounds like no fun at all. At that point, it's not research, it's just a job, and one I've been practically forced into at that.
Now, I relate to
However,
that sentiment, Linhardt.
Since I know you've put a lot of effort into preparing this opportunity for me, and since I like you well enough, I will begrudgingly take you up.
I like you well enough.
Well then, I suppose I should be grateful. But I'll be honest. I see little point in bringing you on board if you're so troubled by the idea. Let's put this idea on hold for the moment. I'll figure something out for you by war's end. I have great respect for your talent, Linhardt. I'm certain I can find a way to make use of it that's to your liking.
Yeah, I'll bet you can, Edelgard. Anyway, Lysithea B rank.
Edelgard, do you have a minute?
You want to speak with me? How unusual. Please, come in. I'll prepare some tea
People
for
don't
us.
speak to me.
Have a seat. Would you care for some cake?
Yes, please. I never say no to sweets.
They're from Enbar. A bit too sweet for my own liking.
We know
Isn't
how
that
she
the
feels
whole
about
point of
traditional
cake?
cakes from Enbar.
Well, more for me. These are fantastic with this tea.
True. Well, there's no shortage of them. Help yourself to as many as you like. Now then, you wish to speak with me?
So, I can tell you know a fair bit about me.
Maybe this can wait until you've finished eating?
No, I don't think it's going to stop so long as there are cakes.
Edelgard, you know a fair bit about me, don't you?
What in particular?
For example, the fact that I have 2 crests.
Oh, that's hard to believe.
No need to play coy with me. It won't work.
I bet
It's clear
Linhardt
my
told
body
you,
has
didn't
succumbed to the
he?
intense pressure of bearing 2 crests. Due to the immense requirements of bearing these crests, my life expectancy is painfully short. You know all of this, right?
Actually, this is the first I'm hearing of it. How would I know unless you told me?
Still won't drop the act, huh? Despite how obvious you've been with your concern about my health, you're certainly consistent.
And yet you were willing to give me diabetes by giving me all this cake. You scoundrel.
I'm not really in the mood for these games. Given your rank, you certainly have access to all kinds of information that others do not. Clearly, you'd have heard all about me.
Either way, I know now since you just told me. About your 2 crests, your physical weakness, and your short life expectancy. However, according to the principles of crest research, it's impossible to bear 2 crests. Unless you've undergone a blood reconstruction surgery. Is that the case, Lysithea?
Correct. It wasn't as though I had a say in any of this.
See, this is kind of what I mean by, like, I feel like this support chain's a little bit disappointing. Because it kinda... It wants to be about, you know, this. The blood reconstruction, 2 crests, those who slither in the dark. It wants to be about that, but because, you know, you could view these supports at kind of any time, at whatever order, in whatever, like, order of playthroughs you do, it can't give you too much information, like, which seems strange. Like, surely, like, I'm pretty sure you can do this one pre-time skip. Again, at least I'm pretty sure. But making this a post-time skip exclusive conversation would kind of fix the problem of that they're kind of so vague about it here, but also they're just rehashing information you already know about both Lysithea and Edelgard. Because, like, if you make it post-time skip, it guarantees that you've gotten Byleth and Edelgard's C+ support, because you need that to go to Crimson Flower. So they don't really have to play coy with, like, you've got 2 crests? That's so strange. Eyebrow wiggle. Like, I know, obviously, Edelgard's, you know, playing her cards close to her chest, but that's not really how the support conversation comes across. It's not really how they play it in this support chain. I don't know, look. I think Lysithea's Black Eagle's plot, like, very plot-relevant supports are significantly better in 3 Hopes. I think her Ferdinand and her Hubert supports are pretty dang top tier. I think the Hubert one covers the kind of, like, cute and wholesome side way better, and I think the Ferdinand one does this part a lot better. But that's just my point of view.
I see. So you've lived through that relentless terror and agony, and survived.
You speak of all of this as though you understand it on a personal level. Edelgard, have you?
You're a good friend, Lysithea, and a valuable member of this army. So I won't
I
have
don't know
you
about that.
overexerting yourself. I don't want to lose you. Understand?
I understand.
Good girl. Oh, and if you like those cakes, why not take some with you for later?
There's no need to pander to me, but yes, I'll take those. Thanks.
And there we go. Bee support, and one more with Edelgard. And she's nearly got all of her bee supports.
Professor Manuela, may I come in? This room, what happened here?
Nothing, this is just
Nothing out of the
normal.
ordinary. Why? Is something the matter?
I've just been hit with the fact that that Tara Platt has voiced this scene before. This is that one scene with Junpei and Mitsuru in Persona 3. Where where Mitsuru goes into Junpei's room and think a burglar has come in, like, stolen something. Because his room is an absolute disaster. Dang, I guess Tara Platt just has a habit of voicing these kinds of characters.
No, I just... can I help you tidy up? Actually, I have to know. How did you make such a mess in the first place?
Please don't ask for the details. Suffice to say, my room always looks like this after I've been dumped.
Oh, right. Well, let's see what we can do about it.
Your
I
help
guess should have
was
called Caspar.
unexpected,
He's great
but
at this kind of
appreciated,
thing.
Edelgard. Now, what can I do for you?
I heard that you haven't been acting like yourself, so I came to see if you're doing all right. But the moment I saw you, I could tell you were troubled, so it seemed pointless to ask.
I suppose it was rather obvious, wasn't it? Perhaps I should stop being quite so dramatic. All the same, dear, I'd like to repay you for helping me out. Name your prize.
I don't need a reward, but if you wouldn't mind answering my question, I'd greatly appreciate it.
Of course. What is it?
I once asked you why you chose to retire. You said that the goddess supports you
5 whole years
emotionally,
ago.
but it's up to you to take care of the rest. I have to admit that I don't quite understand what you meant by that. Can you please explain?
Did I say that? I suppose so. From joining the Middle Franc Opera Company to becoming a diva of the grand stage. I went through so much to achieve what I did. Looking back, I don't know how I made it.
What happened during that time?
A lot.
Good
My
answer, Manuela.
divinely gifted voice only got me to the edge of the stage. From there, I had to work hard to defeat my rivals. I did all of this by myself, through sheer force of will. All so I could stand center stage.
Ah, I see I was wrong about something. I thought that being a devout believer implied a certain weakness of spirit, an inability to survive on your own. But you've proven me wrong,
Classic
Professor
Reddit
Manuela.
atheist, Edelgard. You're religious, you must just be a weak person. Classic. I mean, I'm not religious myself either, but...
I can't believe it. How can I show my face to Lady Edelgard after this?
That's what you get, Hubert.
Stealth
If you
won't
rested
save you
like me,
forever.
you wouldn't collapse from exhaustion.
As much as it pains me to say it, you're right. But to be looked after by you of all people, that might be the worst part of this. I don't know how to feel, to be honest. So for now, let's pretend I thanked you.
Why have they got the romantic music playing in this bee support?
Oh, come now. Even I wouldn't abandon someone who collapsed.
You would have in a heartbeat if anyone else had been around.
Ah, yes. Quite accurate, Hubert. Why would I ever bother to be a decent person if there were anyone else I could foist the duty upon? If your situation turned bad, it would have been an absolute hassle. I could never just leave you there.
If that were the sort of man you truly were, we could never be friends.
But if we weren't friends, I probably would have just left you.
Shame you're so reluctant to do any real work. You're actually pretty good at this. Made sure I was comfortable, checked carefully for injuries, even carried me here yourself. If only you'd apply that knowledge of yours so proactively and thoroughly all the time, you'd be a tremendous asset to the Empire.
There you go again. I see no problem with staying just the way I am. Think of it this way. In an anthill, 20% of the ants are asleep at any given time. And it's not because they're lazy. Far from it. When the working ants become tired, they go to sleep and the others wake up. That's me. I'm the ant who rests so I can work later when other people are tired.
Maybe that's true. But even if it is, it's still just a fancy way to say you let others do all the work.
Not
Consider me
all.
unconvinced.
Just most.
I'll consider you a bother and leave it at that. You and Edelgard work far too hard. I mean it. Take a break now and then. If you both collapsed, I think it'd be too much effort for me to bother with. Get some rest, Hubert. Not as much as me, of course.
Fine.
I have a funny feeling you didn't actually convince him, Lynn, but you tried, and that's what matters. Anyway, speaking of Lynn, this is his last support, right?
Linhardt, there you are.
Observant as ever, Ferdinand. What can I
Yes,
help you
I
with?
am indeed here.
You have been utilizing clever tricks to give me the slip. But not today. Prepare yourself. A noble cannot escape from his duty. Hold these words in your heart.
It seems you really mean it this time. I suppose I have no choice but to outmatch you.
Finally, a little enthusiasm. You are bravely stepping upon the path of nobility. Let us begin.
Come now, Ferdinand. Don't be foolish. I can't possibly train with you. I have places to be.
Wait! I will not allow you to get away.
I can't train with you, I'm busy running off. Goodbye.
I can't run anymore.
Just admit defeat.
Can't we?
Ferdinand, you really should have took your armor off
Just
before
a
you
minute.
tried this.
Ferdinand, let me catch my breath.
Well, maybe just for a moment.
I mean, there's
I could use a rest myself.
no way our Lynn would be able to double Ferdinand, right? Surely not.
I am surprised you could run so far. I had assumed that all that lounging around would have dulled your constitution. But I had a difficult time keeping up.
I know, right? He's still a noble. He's not even level 20. And yet he's still alive and kicking.
The fear of having to exert myself really helped. You're none too slow yourself. It's been a while since I ran like that. It actually feels pretty good.
It does it not?
Sadly, I'm not the one who
Well,
gets strided.
How about we
so.
say that thrilling chase was your training for the day? If you will excuse me, I am going to run even more, so I can catch you next time.
After all the running you already did, that's our Ferdinand. You always give everything your all, don't you?
And what is wrong with that?
Nothing whatsoever, Ferdinand. I mean that.
You're just two boys playing chase in the monastery. How old are you guys again? Yeah, these are the last B
stepping
supports
in to
for
prevent
Ferdinand, I'm pretty
extortion?
sure.
That was quite brave of you.
5 years ago.
Oh, you're talking about that time in town. I wouldn't say I did anything brave, really. I just asked what was going on.
No need to be humble. Helping the weak is precisely what a virtuous noble does.
I don't think what I did is quite the same thing.
What do you mean by that?
The point I was trying to make is that some things in this world can't be bought or sold with money. I think I let myself get a little too worked up, though. It's just, when I saw it happening, it reminded me of my own past.
Your past? You were originally a daughter of House Bartels, a minor noble family, I heard. You abandoned your title, and now you live as a commoner. Is there more to the story? Pray tell.
Life was becoming difficult for us, so my mother and I fled from House Bartels. We found refuge in a small church in Fargus and lived there for a few years. A man appeared one day and said that he wanted to adopt me. It was obvious that he only cared about my bloodline and crest. The priest refused to let me go, but the man used his money to overwhelm the church. In the end, I had no choice but to leave with him. That soldier we saw? I guess he just reminded me of my adoptive father.
With that
The man who
goatee of
exploited
his.
you so that he could join the nobility. Yes, I understand. But I must confess, that part of the story confuses me. There is nothing to gain from having a noble title.
I don't know about
What's so
that,
funny?
Ferdinand.
I never thought I'd hear you question the value of nobility, Ferdinand.
Oh, well, that is not quite what I meant. Using someone else to obtain high status, with no effort and no accomplishment?
That's not truly
Certainly
noble.
you can obtain a title like that, but it hardly makes you a noble.
Yeah, noble is a state of mind, not a title.
I completely agree.
By the same token, although you are legally a commoner, in your heart, you are a proud and virtuous noble. That is what I think, at any rate.
Oh, you, Ferdy. Actually, yeah, Mercedes does also support with Lawrence in this game, doesn't she? Very, very similar people, you two, and yet so different at the same time. How peculiar.
Let's see. Has to be here somewhere.
Oh, my princess! Pray tell, are you seeking a book?
Ferdinand, you should probably settle down a little with the princess talk. Just speak to me normally. My princess days are long
Yeah,
gone.
well, at least you're no longer a
Could not
student teacher
disagree
now.
more.
Now it's a little less
To
strange.
me, you will always be that dazzling songstress, that veritable princess of the opera. From ages 5 to 11, I never missed a single one of your performances.
That's probably a lot of
Seeing you on
performances.
stage was like glimpsing heaven. I was overcome with bliss.
I wonder how much of the money the Mittelfrank Opera Company owns is directly from the coffers of House Aya.
You're going a little overboard, and I think I may have something in my eye.
An elegant coalescence of beautiful song and frenetic swordplay. That was the most memorable aspect for me. On stage, weapon in hand, letting your ballads soar to the heavens. Honestly, the first time I held a sword, it was not to train. I was trying to do your sword dance.
Oh, so you want to be a
Inspired your love of
dancer?
weaponry?
I see, Ferdy.
How flattering.
Correct. It is all thanks to you.
Oh, come now. Although I'm honored if my stage presence had any such influence on your life.
The honor is all mine. You blessed me by returning to my life. No matter where I go, or who I end up marrying, my childhood memory of you is inscribed in the deepest depths of my heart. Is something the matter?
Oh, nothing. I just feel a little empty inside now.
A part of me is, dead. Alas. Anyway, Caspar, go kidnap Bernie again.
Hi.
Well, well, if it isn't Bernadetta, what brings you here?
Am I bothering you? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I'll come back another time.
Well, don't leave yet, you just got here. Was there something you wanted to talk about?
Yes. Do you remember that time in town?
In town? Oh, you mean when all those thieves showed up? Whew, that was rough. I heard a bunch of people got robbed.
No, not that. I mean the time I was carried off.
Just something completely irrelevant that just happened at some point, yeah. Well, that was, yeah, just a rough day for some people in town.
Some thieves tried to carry you off? Horrible. Absolutely horrible. Just tell me which way they went. I'm gonna...
That's not what I mean. Oh, just forget it.
Wait, don't go. What are you trying to ask me?
Will you really listen this time?
Of course. Sorry. You have my full attention.
Do you remember when you carried me to that spot with the really pretty view? Where is that place? I've been looking all over.
The place I took you with the view. Oh, right! Okay, first you go out of the monastery, and Actually, it's kind of tricky to explain. Come on, I'll just take you there again. But pay attention this time.
Wait! What are you... No! Not again! Stop! Put me down!
I feel like I haven't heard Bernie scream in a little while. She's, nowadays she's usually just sitting there, chink, 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 taking blows. Not, doing screaming.
Leave this to me. Go!
Shamir, look out! Ah!
Caspar! Are you alright? Talk to me!
Shamir!
Lower your voice. I'm right here.
Yo, are they talking about that, the Palado chapter we just did, where you nearly died, Caspar? That's crazy.
Look out! The enemy's right... We're in the infirmary?
Correct. It took you a while to wake up. You nearly died protecting me. Why did you do something so reckless?
Well, I saw that you were in trouble, and...
Is this your attempt to take responsibility for your father's actions? I don't need your pity, Caspar.
Wait a minute. I do feel guilty for what my father did to the Dagdans, but this has nothing to do with that. I saw you were in danger and my body moved before I could even think about it. That's all.
You are still a fool.
You're still
Learn to
an
protect
idiot.
yourself before trying to protect me. There's no point in losing one life to save another. Yours holds just as much value as mine.
I understand what you're saying, but...
However, I cannot deny that I owe you a debt. Thank you, Caspar. And I apologize.
For what? You didn't do anything.
For when we spoke before. I may have been too harsh. I cannot hold a grudge against someone who would risk his life for mine. That said, you need not worry about me.
Yeah, glad to hear it. But I gotta say, not worrying about you is a lot easier said than done.
Yeah, you're kind of like an assassin type. It's kind of dangerous work, you know? Caspar just, yeah, he just cares about his friends too much, you know? He's always gonna be... Oh no, I was like, wait, who the fuck does Mercedes have a conversation with? Yeah, I wonder. Speaking of, well, not like right now.
Dang.
We'll be in a minute,
Really?
but...
There's no way I can do this. Goddess, why couldn't I have stayed in
Whoa,
today?
whoa, Bernie, whoa, 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 watch your tongue! You can't say... Goddess? In Edelgard's encampment? You can't say that!
Bernadetta, is this a trouble you are having? I heard that the duty to hunt is yours today.
The duties all got assigned while I was holed up in my room.
Do not be worrying. I can show you the way to hunt well.
Oh, okay then.
Okay, cool.
When you see a beast, you are thinking of it as an enemy. That is how prey thinks. You must think of the beasts as food. That is how the hunter thinks.
So it's not an enemy, it's food. But, how is it food when it's still alive?
You pick the vegetables from the field. Those have life too. It is the same. You take a blade in your hand and take the lives of the vegetables. You cut their stalks and harvest without mercy.
Is this
They
the
do not
vegetable
scream,
murderer line?
But you are still their killer.
Killer?
Fruit ripens and falls to the ground. The seeds sprout, and a new life is born. That is life's cycle. It has cruelty, yes, but you must end life to eat. You must be killing to be living.
Maybe, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to be some kind of vegetable murderer.
Bernie, you already
It is
are!
the same for rabbits, deer, pheasants. The only difference being that they cannot cry out.
Bernie, what do you eat if you don't want to be a murderer? Like, I don't know, synthetic foods, I guess? I don't think we've invented those.
You must do what you
Yet.
must do to be living in this world. It is your task.
A task. Yes, just a task. A completely mindless task. Feel it. There, in the grass. Prey is moving, just like a vegetable in the wind. Give it an arrow, just like you would give a vegetable a blade. It is just your task. Right. That makes sense. It's just like cutting a stem.
You are now a hunter. You have learned how to hunt.
I am? I have? Oh, good! What a relief.
You have understanding now. I can tell.
Great! Leave it to me. I'll hunt down my prey just like they're vegetables.
I have belief in you.
Aw, thanks, Petra. I can do this. Make way for Huntmaster Bernie!
Yeah, you go, Huntmaster Bernie.
Have luck, Bernie.
No, she's Chunkmaster Bernie. Come on.
Oh. What? No! Stay back! I'm sorry, Mr. Rabbit. I didn't mean it! Why are you the one chasing me? Ow!
How did you muck that one up, Bern? How did you muck that one up? Alas, I suppose it matters not. Talk to Yuritsa instead. Appropriate start. What's up?
I must have had a nightmare.
You're awake.
I mean, you...
Yuritsa.
Yeah, that's it. Professor Yuritsa.
I'm not a professor.
I'm just
What?
some guy.
You're not Professor Yuritsa? Oh, yeah. Professor Yuritsa always wears a mask. So then, who are you?
This is Professor Emile, Bernie. Come now. Maybe you didn't hear Constance, but this is Professor Emile.
Yuritsa.
I don't understand. Look, are you Professor Yuritsa or aren't you? Please make yourself clearer.
I am Yuritsa, but I am not a professor.
A Yuritsa who is not a professor? So there are two Yuritsas running
Bernie.
around the monastery?
You are very troubling.
Oh, wait. Aha! I got it. I get it now. You're no longer a professor. Therefore, you're just Yuritsa. Plain old Yuritsa.
Yeah, well done,
Our
Bernie.
professor
Well done.
isn't a professor anymore either, but doesn't mind the title. I guess I figured you'd be fine with being called professor as well.
When I was teaching, it was simply a task. Nothing more.
Just like hunting, Bernie.
I don't really get it, but it sounds like there's a lot going on in that skull of yours, Yuritsa. Oh, Bernie, what the heck are you even doing in the infirmary?
You took one look at me and passed out.
Huh? Don't be silly. There's absolutely no reason I'd faint at the sight of you, Yuritsa. I'm coming down with a sudden cold, I think. Yeah, I've gotta run to my room.
Having these two support was pure genius, but do we know why? Because when Yuritsa first came out, he didn't have a support with Bernie. That support came out like a little while afterwards in just like a random update. Because I know that update I think was the one that changed like some of the... Maybe it wasn't the one that changed the Bernie Byleth B support, but I do think it's one that changed... I think Felix and Annette's B support? I don't remember if they have a two-parter, but it's the one where like Annette's cleaning something and singing, and Felix comes in and the original line's like something about how she's on a stool, but because of, you know, Three Houses support animations, she's obviously not on a stool. So like they changed it for some reason. I don't know, strange change, but they did. I mean, I get like the making Bernie's dad sound a little less intense. I kind of get that. But, yeah, I don't know. Strange one. I have no idea why that, why it suddenly popped up. Why it was a delayed
Professor Hanneman.
edition.
How unexpected.
Hello, Miss Dorothea. There is something I would like to ask you, should you have a moment.
And whatever would that be, Professor?
It's just some rumor I heard about your prejudice against the nobility. You remember when you came to me before, and we talked about how I used to be noble? I was just wondering what your aim was.
To clarify, I only hate nobles who are obsessed with their status. You're not that kind of man, Professor. I mean that, really. And it sounds like you never were.
I see. But hating nobles obsessed with their status, you must have had some terrible experience in the past. My apologies. That was rather presumptuous.
No, it's fine. As I'm sure you know, I was a highly praised songstress for a time. Before I was a singer, though, I was an orphan. And before that, I was the daughter of a noble's maid.
Is this the only support we hear about this in, by the way? I think this is. I think this is the only Dorothea support where she actually brings up, like, pre-orphan life. I'm trying to think. I don't think she brings it up in any of her other ones.
My goodness. From an orphan to a renowned songstress. That is quite a life you have led, Miss Dorothea.
Well, I don't remember much of my early years. My father was never there, and my mother was driven out of the noble house where she worked. Before long, she fell ill. I was always alone, and I lived in the alleys of the imperial capital, just trying to survive from one day to the next.
And if you want to have a little look at the Black Eagles being full of nobles, technically Dorothea is also, blood-wise anyway, a noble. So yeah, there really are no commoners in the Black Eagles house. Figures. Those dang elites.
I see.
Eventually, after I became a singer, I met the nobleman that I think is my father.
It's interesting, actually, saying that, because, like, the Blue Lions have, like, the inverse of that with Ash, where, like, he's technically a noble, because he's, like, adopted by one. So, like, even though, you know, he's not blood-related, he technically has a title, so he would be a noble. And it means that Dudu, I think, is the only... Well, I mean, Mercedes is also in a bit of a... She's got a bit of a complicated, situation. But, like, you know... Dudu is the only one without a complicated situation, and is just the only outright commoner in the Blue Lions. And then over on the Golden Deer, it's like, okay, well, yeah, Raph and Leonie are commoners. Pretty straight up. But Ignatz is kind of more like a middle-class kind of guy. Because he's the son of a pretty wealthy merchant family. So, like, he's not a noble, sure, but he's definitely not a peasant either. Though I suppose we're using commoner. Yes, he is still a commoner. Just a much more well-off one, which probably also explains why he can afford glasses in this time period.
Oh.
Approximate time period.
He'd had a child with a maid, but the child didn't have a crest. So he threw them both away. Those were his very words. I can't prove that he really was my father, but I suppose it doesn't matter. He didn't know who I was. And when he flirted with me, my feelings were something beyond fury. I was dumbfounded. In truth, I felt that way about all of the nobles who flocked around me, yet would just as easily have tossed me away should it better suit them.
You have my most heartfelt of apologies, Dorothea. I am afraid my curiosity has opened old wounds. Sadly, it is undeniable that the nobility is full of such terrible people. Perhaps even myself.
Professor?
Oh, it is nothing. Just lost in a memory of my own. Just know that I will do my part to ensure that you always know kindness in this world.
Thank you.
And if that kindness is me as an adjutant jumping in to save you from a deadly blow, just know I will do it. Don't test him, he is a grappler. Actually, no, he's a brawler, but he'll be a grappler one day, I think. Probably. Maybe.
I never imagined I'd see you again.
Indeed.
Emile, I've missed you so much. How long has it been since we last spoke?
Since you left House Bartels, I was 8.
And just look at you now. All grown up.
All grown up
I
and
noticed
murdering
that you still indulge in
thousands.
sweets. It makes me happy to see that you're still the same in some ways.
It has been
Now that
some
looks
time
tasty.
since I've
I'd
tasted such a
fucking, I'd kill for some of that right now.
That's because this is a recipe only Mother and I know of. Oh no, you've gotten crumbs all over your face. Sit still while I wipe them off.
Stop it.
Oh, come on. Allow me to be your big sis. It won't hurt you to indulge me.
Mercedes, the little brother you once loved, he is no longer here.
It doesn't matter to me how you've changed. You will always be my baby brother. You are precious to both me and to Mother.
Mother is well, I assume.
She is very well. You should send her a letter. She'd be so thrilled.
I suppose.
Mother has always borne a deep regret over what happened. We should have brought you with us. We never intended to leave you alone with House Bartels.
Perhaps not. But it was wise of Mother to have only taken you. As the heir, if she had taken me, Father would have searched relentlessly for us all. And had he found us, I feel certain he'd have killed you both.
Yes, that's what Mother said too. He'd have done exactly that. You know, I've heard about what happened. About killing the family of House Bartels.
And? Are you afraid of me? Or do you despise me?
Neither of those. That isn't why I bring this up. I understand your reasons, but it's a terrible thing to take a life. You understood that even then. I've been waiting a very long time to ask you. Why did you do it? Why did you kill your father?
Because I wanted to.
I know you're avoiding my question. I can hear it in your voice.
And I can see that you're not looking at me.
I won't ask any further if you don't want to tell me why. But just let me know if you ever feel ready to talk to me about it.
Understood. The time may eventually come.
Until then, I'll wait patiently.
You know, we may eventually have a B support, maybe an A support. Who can say? Anyway, final one! Nearly an hour in!
Hey.
Hey, what up?
Did you send for me, Emile?
Stop gossiping about me.
Gossiping? About you? Oh, you wound me, Emile. So what if your name falls from my lips now and then?
If you speak of my past, there will be consequences.
I am aware. I have been silent regarding you secretly being of House Bartels. No, when I speak of you, I bandy gentler truths, such as your fondness for kittens and ice cream.
Yeah,
All
I've seen that
the
last
silly
one.
little details that make you seem human.
Also good to know, he likes cats. Plenty of people in this army don't, Yuritsa, and you're a better man than them for it.
Those details are nobody's business but mine.
Oh, Emile, do you have any notion what the rank and file say about you?
No.
Do you think I care?
They use words like unapproachable, menacing, and inscrutable. Regardless of your skill with the blade, fighting a war as if it were a long series of duels will end in death. And that is why I do what I can to ingratiate you with the soldiers you lead. No thanks necessary.
Surely not, Constance. Surely you don't think that this guy's, like, gonna die? Have you seen his stats? I mean, yeah, the wyverns were pretty scary in that last Balthus little mission, but come now, Constance, come now.
I see you are still unhappy with me.
Whatever do you mean?
The battlefield is solitary in the end. I've no interest in camaraderie with soldiers.
Are you implying that in combat, you are an utterly matchless warrior?
I mean, to be fair, he is pretty goated.
That you can vanquish any foe single-handedly? That you need no cohort supporting you? How perfectly presumptuous! Even I can admit my reliance upon others. While you fight, who stands beside you to gauge the tide of battle? Who eliminates the archers aiming for you? Who heals whatever injuries you might sustain? These are questions you should be asking yourself, Emile. I ask them for you because we are old friends.
Always quick to cut to the heart of the matter.
Just as you are ever an ache in my side. Which is nothing compared to the ulcers your sister must have developed, given your attitude.
Whatever.
Whatever, bozo.
But there is a truth in your words. However, it is not up for discussion. Stop gossiping about me.
I shall consider it.
Right, that did remind me that, yeah, we haven't exactly made much progress with Constance's supports, full stop. We're running out of time to do it. Mainly because I'm not really bringing Constance that often, but, you know, we will be eating from now on with Mercedes and Constance, since, you know, Constance is now a wyvern rider and cannot adjutant up with her. Anyway, it's mission time. Damn, supposed to be level 29. Yep. Hello? Some of us are a tad underleveled, I feel. Just a little bit, though.
North of the Great Bridge of Myrmidon, the Imperial
hang on.
Army passes...
Why are we listening to this? Get that shit out of here. Come on, baby. It's Claude and Hilda time. And look, if you saw last episode of me not desiring to murder Leonie, despite the fact that she's a traitor, you may or may not be surprised to know that I'm going to do my damnedest to make sure that Hilda survives, but also that Claude survives. So, alright, let's see. We get 11? Okay, perfect. I want to bring... Well, actually, I basically just want to bring the whole squad minus Constance, who I want to put on Edelgard as an adjutant. Then, who else do we want to bring? I'm feeling... Hanneman on Manuela again. And Shamir on Hubert. That's what I'm feeling for this chapter. So, we've got a couple of dudes who aren't here yet, but I'm pretty sure... Or is this the Blue Lions version of the map? No, I'm pretty sure some dudes down here eventually spawn with some items. So we'll probably want to zoom back around to grab them. Eventually, the Almyran Navy will set up here. They're a bit of a pest, but they're also helpful for actually getting over to Claude. Not the easiest, but it is better to get to him that way than through this particular choke point here. I'd also like to say real quick, I really like how different pretty much all of the Deirdre maps feel, but also how different they feel to the use of this map for Shamir and Aloise's paralogue. Like, I think that this is a pretty good use of well, not use of, but this is a pretty good example of how you can reuse maps. And not in the same way of like, oh, like, you know, both the Blue Lions and the Golden Deer, you go to, you do like the Defend the Monastery from Randolph, and then you go to Fort Mercius. No, not Fort Mercius, Bridge of Myrmidon. Not that kind of thing. I mean literally reusing the same, like, map. You can make it, like, you know, you can do it over and over again and still make it feel different. I think another really great example of this is the Petra Burney Paralogue and the Marianne Paralogue. 2 chapters that use the same map, but they feel completely different to play as full chapters. Like, don't get me wrong, I would still much prefer not reusing maps. Granted, it does make a little more sense in Three Houses, because it's like, these are actual locations we're going to, not random generic map places. You know, not generic hills number 2, or generic plains number 17. No, these are like actual places, which, you know, it makes sense that you'd have you'd reuse the map in that case. But still, let's not talk for too long, though. We've got a war to fight.
Come back.
Do I have a battalion that I can nab, by the way? Because I feel like my time with Geralt's Mercs is probably done at this point. I feel like I ought to move on. But at the same time, I don't know. I really like the 3-liner. The 4-liner. I like it too much to let it go. Tell you what I do want to do though. I do want to slap the experience gem on Hanneman. You never know. Something horrific could happen, and we could need him. Let's see. I kind of want the calves over at the back here. Want our lower move units towards the front. I think I'm happy with this. Yeah, I think I'm happy there. So the plan for kiting Hilda is quite literally that. We want to kite Hilda. I mean, she's also fucking terrifying as a unit. I mean, look at that. 72 attack, 20 AS with darting blow, 51 crit, 31 protection is also nothing to scoff at. Like, don't get me wrong, she has no ranged options. And because her resilience is 10, like, obviously what the game wants you to do is shoot her down with magic. To be perfectly honest, I'm kind of surprised they didn't give her keen intuition just to, you know, like, rub their fucking, you know, big old fuck yous in the face. But again, like, that's kind of the point. They want you to attack Hilda at range. Now, generally on a Black Eagles route, you can do this really easily with Bernie, because she gets enclosure. As a bow combat art fairly early on, as I recall. So you can just have her use that on Hilda over and over and over again. It's good. And you know, she'll just stay there. Not that most people are gonna do that. That's a very me thing, I appreciate, but you know, still. If you wanted to know that you can do that, you can in fact do that. I also think now is the time that I want to use our stat boosters. Pretty much everyone is in at least their intermediate class. Oh, sorry, not their, at least in their advanced class. Constance included now, thankfully. Eureka's the only exception, but he's so cracked that he does not need stat boosters, aside from maybe a luck boost. So let's have a little look-see. What are we playing with here? Okay, Seraph Robe is HP plus 5, which I kind of want to give to Hubert, but at the same time, HP plus 5 can be a nice thing to just give to someone that I might want to just take the skill HP plus 5 off of. So like if I gave it to Constance, I could then just remove this, put Lancebreaker on instead. Oh my god, really? Thanks HP plus 5? Manuela has more HP than Ferdinand. That's... Wow, she actually has a lot. Wow, yeah, with HP plus 5, I think she has the most HP in the army. Holy shit. I mean, yeah, Hubert could also very much appreciate some HP plus 5, although I don't have it on him at the moment, so that also does not help his case. Yeah, I think I'll give it to Constance, actually. I think she'd appreciate a little bit more bulk in basically all departments, to be fair. Okay, then we got an energy drop. That might be a Hubert give, to be totally honest. Like, okay, 18, 21, 22, 22, 26, 21, 23. Yeah, we're actually kind of all around the same point for strength, actually. It's kind of surprising. I think I will give it to Hubert, then. Since he is a little bit lower than everyone else. Partially. Partially the whole speed plus 2 instead of strength plus 2 thing is not helping him there, but still. Goddess Icon, I think that basically just has to go to Yuritsa, right? Like 12 luck. Actually, maybe it should go to Constance. But no, Yuritsa's going to be on the front lines more often than Constance is. Even though she's a wyvern, she's more of a swoop in, get a kill kind of girl. Okay, defense plus 2. 18, 19, 24, 13, 14, 29, 15, 17, 30, 15, 17. Okay, I think giving one to Petra is probably a good idea. Or is it? I mean, she's more of an avoid type of character, so maybe not, actually. I think that I might want to give one to Bernie, one to Dorothea, maybe? Yeah, because Bernie could... I know she is she's a fortress knight, but I feel like she could still use a little bit more chunk. Which is somewhat, counterintuitive to how you're supposed to use Bernie with Persecution Complex and all, but yeah, still, all the same. Alright, res. 22, 21, 16, 18, 19, 10, 9, 16, 7, 11, 19. I actually think I probably want to give that to Yuritsa. As a mage himself, he will have he'll already have a good time against mages, but that just makes him a little bit better. So then we've got, okay, 2 strengths, 1 speed, 1 res, 1 HP. Okay, I'll give the 1 HP to Ferdinand, just so, he's not got, 49 HP, just round him off there. 2 strength. 2 strength. I'm willing to give... You know what? Fuck it. I'll give them both to Petra. Why not? I feel like Petra is a little lacking. Unfortunately, this is kind of like my problem with the Paladin and Cavalier class generally in this game. It's just like... It's just a wee bit too much of an all-around class, I feel. I also think that's... Yeah, I think I want to give the speed carrot to Byleth. A little more speed, and then just 1 point of res. I'll give it to Caspar, I think. Partially just so he's now got 10 res, but... yeah, I think that's fair. Hubert, you need a thingy. What can I give you? Well, eventually I'll be able to give you one of these, but for now, I guess you can stick with that Iron Shield after all. Okay, I think that's good. I did the adjutants. Yep. Sweet. Let's get down to business.
Here she comes, at long last. I've done all I can to prepare. Let the cards fall where they may. It'll be a true test of strength.
It seems Claude has blockaded the city and occupied the naval port.
If that is the case, he will have no choice but to engage us from there.
Yes. though putting myself in Claude's place leaves me with an unpleasant feeling. If we take over the port and close the entry to the city, Deirdre will be under our control. Each soldier should bear that in mind as they advance.
Beautiful.
There are 3 gates which connect Deirdre to its naval port.
Mm-hmm.
Taking the city will be easy once we secure all 3.
Now, usually I don't get, like, any of them. Well, maybe the warrior one there. But, since I will probably be having what's this? Ooh, cavalry effectiveness. That might actually be nice, because these also... The fun thing about the effective weaponry shields in this game is that they have no weight, but 3 protection, which is actually... That's really good. That's just +3 defense. +3 defense and negates your, like, I don't know, not class weakness, but I guess a class weakness, sure. Your mount weakness, I guess? Yeah, these are really good. These are really good shields, so we probably actually do want to get that one. And if we can kite Hilda around, like, up here, could be pretty good.
For the Empire.
So with that in mind, Edelgard, I want you to come across this way. Now, we do also want to be a little bit mindful of not Lysithea over here. She does have a Master Seal. I want to say most characters that you could recruit carry Master Seals when you fight them. But, I don't know, I'm kind of not going to bother. I think I'd rather just kill him. I mean, Hubert could steal in this particular case, but, yeah, I do think we just would rather steal, to be honest. So we can bait that guy. How much damage does he do? 48. That is a lot. So we're probably going to want to do
What's
Dorothea,
my strategy?
if that is the case.
More fighting.
So what? Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Understood.
I do this for all of us.
Yeah, we're
I will
pretty much
prevail.
all just gonna move up here. Not a particularly fancy first turn, I admit.
Helpful.
You know, once the Almirans show up, we'll be running over backwards a little bit here.
That's a win for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, you continuously get strength, Caspar.
There's no
It's
stopping me.
honestly a little bit
Ready
impressive.
for anything.
Sure, do a little bit of a Dex rally for some support.
Now it's our turn, Elmira's
There we
elite.
go.
Strike the flanks of the Imperial Army.
So I do believe they come in with some wyverns, so we will want to worry about... Yeah, immediately. We do want to worry about having them come in from the side.
Those fangs and claws the Alliance fears so much will now be their salvation.
Leave it to us, kiddo. My undefeated streak will live on. Another chapter in my heroic saga.
That flag and banner. Is that the Almiran army? Ugh, you really did it, Claude.
This is no ruse. That is Nadir, an Almiran general.
And we'll be
Take
fighting
care
him
of
again
them,
later.
Especially those Almiran wyverns.
Because for whatever reason, they decided to reuse Hilda's paralog for Edelgard. Like, I don't know why they didn't just give Edelgard her own unique paralog. I mean, they gave Hubert his own unique one, but... I don't know, let's not question it. Anyway, yeah, here they are. Oh no, I guess I'm wrong. I guess it's the Blue Lions version of this map that has dudes waiting for us down here. So we do want Nadir for his Aurora shield mainly. So yeah, he'll definitely be on the proverbial chopping block. Though exactly what angle we'll be taking him on from, hard to say. Hard to say. That is mildly annoying. It's fine, I'll put Edelgard like there. Okay, I kind of want... Maybe I want all of these guys at the bottom here to scooch over that way. I might go for stride gambit them. Send our calves and these two down this way. Now let's see. I want to have Byleth just blow a hole in this guy.
Another victory.
Then I want to say Dorothea probably has the best. Okay, let's see. Can we? Oh no, Hexblade is just magical damage. Doesn't add damage on based on your magic, right? 21, 22. Yeah, I definitely think Dorothea is the best one for this. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Just go for the steel sword, I guess.
Time for your last dance.
I knew that was the right one to go
Will
for.
this ever end?
Get out of here, not Lysithea. Now I do kind of need to be a little bit wary with Bernie. Like, she can outpace Hilda, because Hilda's got 5 movement. But if my kiting goes wrong, we will not be able to, and Hilda may or may not catch up. Yeah, go for the killer axe, I guess.
Yes, I got you.
That's my girl.
A little scratch won't stop me.
One step closer to victory.
You're damn right it won't. And then Hubert just pew pew.
What a bother.
Great work. Okay, now you guys. Forward ho! Sally forth, if you will. Other such turns of phrase. Where are we sending Caspar? Well, if there's someone who can't outpace, it's Lynn. So I might actually wanna... I might actually want to send Linhardt this way instead. Oh, they can actually damage 30. Shit. I mean, unlikely that they'll hit, but they could damage him if they did.
That's so fast.
Okay. Ooh, okay, they're going right across. Okay.
The Almiran reinforcements keep coming. We should try to eliminate Nadir.
Okay. Okay, well. Assuming I move Linhardt out of the way, then I want to see what we're dealing with here. How much damage are we seeing? Okay, 38. Okay, Eureka can definitely take whatever these guys are going to be dishing out. Sure, go for miasma. That's actually a perfect kill. Deliciously. Well, slightly awkward positioning here, unfortunately. Kind of in a it is what it is kind of situation, I fear. Okay, yeah. Alright. Ugh, 12. 12, 12, 12. That's like 36 damage at most on Eureka there. Okay, well, if I'm gonna line us up here. Try and drag some attention over to Petra. Oh no, they're gonna go for Eureka because they saw the movement change. Well, not the movement, the evasion change. Okay. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. It's just as we saw last time. So. Sure, just go for simple fire.
You're weak.
Nice.
For the fate of Foden.
Kind of funny to see Constance hanging out there.
No time to idle.
More so for the class than anything, but all the same. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna move... I'm gonna move Bernie to here. And yeah, we're gonna let Dorothea handle this. How does she handle it? 28. And 38. What's the strength difference? It's like 10. It's like 28 and 17. 28, 17. I think she'd still live, but I'm not gonna bother risking it. Yeah, I mean, Hubert can just kind of stand there. Caspar. Okay, interesting maneuver from that guy. Went into close range to fight Yuritsa. And so did this guy. What are they doing? What is bro cooking? Well, I'm very confusion about that one, but... Never look a gift horse in the mouth, I suppose. Ouch. Okay, that looks like probably a battalion in the making there. Or a gambit in the making, I should say. Or perhaps not. Okay.
I shouldn't strain myself.
Hubert can heavy draw kill this guy. You don't even need heavy draw. Okay. So, with that in mind, I think what I actually want to do is heal Dorothy. Hang on. Kind of need to check ranges here, because I think if Dorothea goes here... Yes, and Hexblades. She should only be in range of one guy. And I'm going to heal her.
Oh, thank you.
Caspar first.
More fighting.
Then... Pop the Hexblade.
I don't regret this power.
Which should... Yep, okay, 17. It's still a lot of damage, but it's fine. Make sure it's a kill. We don't want this guy rocking around.
For her grand ambitions. It is all for Her Majesty.
Nice, Hubert. Nice. Can you match that one, Shamir?
Not what I was hoping for.
No. No, you cannot. Sure, we'll bring Bernie over here, I guess. Edelgard, can you kill this guy this turn? Oh, you sure can. And I think you... Honestly, I think you should. Nice. Boom.
I do not tolerate obstacles.
Nice. Lamppost shield. Alright, now what do we want to do over here? There's only one more guy here, so I kind of want to just start feeding. Little bits of experience that we can. That's alright, I'll keep her there. And I'll have Petra. Yeah, do a little bit of that.
You are in my way. Each
You heard her.
battle a victory.
Ooh, nice level!
I find strength to carry on.
An encouraging display.
I know, it's pretty impressive, wasn't it, Ferdy? Up you go, and then Lynn. Perfect, don't have to waste a physic yet.
I live.
I live! And then if we do this... can actually, yeah, draw back to get Ferdy a little higher. Alright, let's see. Curious as to whether we've aggroed Nice dodge, D. Have we started to aggro Hilda yet? Because we don't have to be in her range for her to start coming at us, I know that. Okay, now this guy attacked sensically. I have no idea what the other guys were doing. Okay, no, we still haven't aggroed Hilda yet, interestingly. Okay, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Yeah, we do really need to get this guy out of here. And I'm wondering if we could... I mean, with a dance, we definitely could. How easy would it be to take that guy out this turn? I feel like potentially quite easy if I do a little... swap, but I do need... The killing this guy is more important. So let's see. If I have Bernie smash this guy... I didn't get the crit. And I have Dorothea over here. Levin Sword. I then want Caspar to dance. And he's gonna end up luring the warrior, but that's okay, because he's fucking Caspar.
How sweet.
And this... if this misses...
One of us has to die.
It didn't.
Only thorns left on this rose.
Speed defense.
growing.
Nice.
But at what cost?
Good, good.
You're making me look bad.
And then we can have, I mean, that is a lot of damage, but we can then have Hubert come in and cleanly take this guy out.
A waste of time.
I'm gonna keep Byleth here. Well, no, I'm gonna move Byleth to, like, here, I think. Okay. Now, what do we do over here? So we want to get rid of this guy. But we're gonna have to start dealing with these dudes, and I think that's a job for Yuritsa, first and foremost. I think the big problem we're gonna face here is if they start all coming at us, because yeah, that's gonna be a little bit rough. We don't really have the units to take that.
My heart burns with pride.
It's like Ferdy might be, you know, deliciously tanky, but he isn't doing fantastically against these guys. It's kind of the thing, because, you know, he gets doubled by these very powerful units. Okay. Nice. A dancer that can hold his own, what do you know? Okay, still haven't got Hilda to move yet. Interesting. I really thought she would have moved by now. I guess we haven't, like, crossed her threshold, but still.
I'll strike you down. Oh! For the fate of Foden.
Keep it easy, Edelgard.
We don't have the guts to resist anymore. Here, you can have this.
Oh!
Just please don't attack the city.
I've never done this
never
before.
planned to
I
touch
genuinely...
Our target is the Alliance and their leader, Claude.
Got a talisman. I genuinely didn't know you get a... Yeah, I've never done this before. I usually just gun it straight for Claude. Yeah, I genuinely did not know you got an item for doing that. That's kind of cool. Alright, let's see here. So we can't get rid of this guy this turn, which is kind of a problem. Yeah, that's kind of a problem. Because yeah, these guys do 30 damage per turn to Ferdy, so let's just get us out of the way. Yeah, okay. Alright. I think that means, if I want to stay safe, we're actually going to have Hubert come in and do this.
What a bother.
Okay, and we pull out over here. Also want Bernie to pull out.
Sweet of you.
We heal up Dorothea. Then we kind of need to get on the move, because yeah, I really don't know what Hilda's gonna do here. I really don't. 27. Okay, that's actually enough to double, so that's good. Not enough to kill though. He's cool. Never mind, it's enough to kill.
Child's play.
Now the problem is going to be that they're going to keep on pumping out nice.
I desire greater strength.
They're going to keep on pumping out reinforcements here, and we really need to get rid of them quick. And by get rid of them, I mean get rid of Nadir quick. So we kind of just need to push up this turn with our folks here. We're probably going to need to rely on some gambits the turn after, but hey, that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Ooh, sweet, Petra might just be able to get the kill here. Can we crit? Ah, just off. Really would have liked to save one of Yuritsa's spell charges, but well, I can pull back 2 squares after this, so it still works for me.
Had to die.
1, 2. I can send Yuritsa in. Okay, because I think that's 2 guys, right? That can attack this spot. Kind of hard to see the aggro line, but I think so. And I think I'm pretty sure he can survive 2 of them, right? 49, 49. 27. So he takes 22. Yeah, he's fine. He does live. I kind of don't want to fuck around too much here, though. So what I'm going to do... slap the old Scythe of Sariel on him. And I'll save the physic. Over here, because I'm so surprised that Hilda hasn't moved yet. I really am. So I really don't know what to do over here. I kind of want to just pull back. Because what am I supposed to do here? You know? Okay, what I think I am gonna try is sending Dorothea.
Oh, thank you.
Like, around? I don't know, maybe I have to get in the range of the first warrior, and that will get Hilda to move. Because if I can get her to move, like, over this way, we can then bring these guys up through the middle. But if we can't, we're just gonna have to run backwards. See, now this is strategy. Okay. That's what we wanted. Beautiful.
Foolish.
Okay, he needs a big heal, though. Do we have a big heal? Oh, he has an elixir. Perfect. Ooh, Nadir's got a Brave Axe. That could pose a problem. He's also got 25 AS, which also poses a bit of a problem. Because no one here can double him, I don't think. I don't even know if Petra can double him. What's her highest AS? 22? And his is what, 25? Yeah, we actually can't double Nadir. We do need to throw some battalions at him. Okay. Yeah, because I don't think we can bait this guy with Yuritsa if he's got a Brave Axe. 61. on 27. That is 40... 34, I think? Yeah, that's a kill. So we're going to need to stride to get this. Somewhat alarming, but that's okay. I know you do, dude. I know you do. Slap that on. Wait, you still gonna... Okay, no, I was gonna say, you... No, no. He was choosing to go for Yuritsa because Yuritsa was, gonna die. Okay. If I just click in Hilda there, and then pull us back a little bit so... Dorothea is still the most appealing target there. Edelgard, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Let's keep up the pace.
I mean, Edelgard's fucking killing it on this map, I gotta say. Very impressive.
My ambitions are within reach.
This game was definitely not designed with a flying mage in mind. 1, 2, 3. Well, I don't even have to go that far, but there we go. And I think this is fine. Okay. Okay.
Understood.
Because now we kind of need to line up to... I was afraid I was about to see that. Okay, Manuela, I need you to pull Ferdy out of the way. Oh god, Petra, you can kill here, can't you? You only need to land one of them.
To survive, I will win! Witness frigid pride.
Not bad.
Damn right not bad. Fucking hell. Okay. That's kind of awkward now. I'm not going to be able to get the gambit I wanted, but... It's okay. Yes, it's okay. We'll deal. We'll deal. Okay. Let's see. I kind of get going with Edelgard here because there's a lot of archers. So obviously I can't get too crazy. But if I can just set something up here to take this guy out and then get out of these ranges. So with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, it's impossible to do that. To, like, dip in and out of their movement ranges. Okay. 1, 2, 3... Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So that's doable. We'll do a Bolganone. I'll save my fires just in case.
I do not tolerate obstacles.
Hey, nice job, Constance. Freeloaded your way onto a level up. And a good one, too.
Enough, I suppose.
And fly out again. Okay. Stay down here. Now, Dorothea. Do the honors. Okay. Okay, now, Hilda, are you going to come across this way, or are you going to go straight down? Or are you going to run that way to Edelgard? Okay, I see. Well, that was the original purpose of sending Edelgard this way, so hopefully we can do a little bit of up and around kiting. Which also means that Dorothea can get this kill, which, nice.
This is my stage now.
Hubert. Okay, well, maybe don't get too close with Hubert, but Hubert and Caspar. Now, over here. Yes, we have exhausted their reinforcements, which is good. But we do need to be wary of all of this. That is a lot of dudes. Can we... No, it is literally impossible to lure this guy without luring the dare, so... Let's see. Okay. So, hypothetically, if we can gun the dare down with gambits this turn... Okay, I want to try this. And by try this, I mean I want to check this. What's our gambit accuracy? 40. Okay. That's a pretty good gambit shot. Okay. So with that in mind, then, what I want to do is set it up like this. This should gambit these three. Yeah, perfect. Okay, Lynn, sit there. Yuritsa, get ready to rumble. Oh no. Oh no, she's just running straight across. Okay. I mean, that's also kind of fine, to be honest. That means that this squad can then line up to take out Claude instead. Which, hey, works for me. Edelgard, come on over. Okay, does mean that I really want to get this done this turn, though.
Thank you.
Because this is like 2 big sets of dudes we need to take out here. Okay. I think the first one we want to do is Ferdinand. I really think we need to land this with Ferdy. Because this should also seal speed him.
It's been 30-odd years since I first set foot on a field of battle. Here's a taste of...
Because if this goes wrong, this is going to go very wrong.
Weak spot.
Come on, Ferdy. Thank you. Okay, now is he going to be... Okay, he is stuck in place. But that's the kind of one we're going to have to kill this turn, which is immediately possible. Beautiful. Okay, now I don't think Petra can kill this guy, but can she gambit him down? Yes, she can. Which I think is what I'm going to do. Right now.
Work together.
I have a strategy.
Okay. Brilliant. And just position yourself there. You should be fine. And then Yuritsa. I want you to just blow up Nadir.
Sorry, kiddo. It seems we'll have to...
Whew! Lucky us. Roar shield,
You've
beautiful.
done enough, Nadir. Just stay alive. We'll meet again one day.
We have forced the Almiran forces to flee. I doubt they're expecting more reinforcements.
Okay. Come on, Weller, come in. Probably have you clean up the Wyvern Rider next turn. Okay, Hilda, you're gonna be a bit of a problem, aren't you? Ouch, but it's fine. Petra can't die. Oh, you know why Hilda's gonna be a problem? 4 move. 4 move. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay, it's fine. That just means Yuritsa's gonna have to take this one. Don't really want him to do it from close range, though. Thoron.
So.
Okay. Edelgard. If I put you here, will you be able to hit Claude next turn? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. How much damage do you do to Claude? Okay, so 23. There's no way you're doubling him. Yeah, there's no fucking way. Yeah, we're really gonna have to go all in on Claude, I feel. Now, he doesn't move, which is very lucky, but now 16. Res is definitely the way to go about it. And we will do a lot of damage to him with one, like, little hit from Edelgard. But we need more, frankly. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to swap my way to that victory, to be honest. Smite would have been very helpful here, I fear. As would another stride, cough, cough, Constance. Okay. Okay, if we do that... Then... I think what we're going to have to do is run backwards here. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. She takes 17 damage from these guys, right? 18. Okay, so she will still survive. Perfect.
Fire meets water! I fight for justice's name.
Beautiful. Although, with a little bit of help from Yuritsa, I might actually be able to get the kill next turn regardless and not have to worry about Manuela at all. Well, not Manuela, Hilda. Okay. Sure, go for the Armoured Strike.
I will not hold back!
Okay.
I will see this war through.
Not bad.
Not bad. Okay, do a little reposition there. Gonna swing Manuela around here. Okay, is Hilda gonna keep moving, or is she choosing to hold the line? So it looks like hold the line is now her answer.
I
Magic,
desire
okay.
greater strength.
Tell you what, I think Poison Strike would have been very very handy on this particular map. Okay. So let's see, what do we? Damn. Okay, that's fine. Let me do a smite. I can very easily pull Yuritsa out of range. Ooh, never mind. Yuritsa can absolutely not, because there's an insane crit rate on him. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, okay. Fair dues. You've met your match, Yuritsa. Okay. Now if I click us in there, I can lure this guy in, because now Hilda... I mean, it's going to be a problem if Hilda then just rushes us straight down, but if Hilda holds the line, we can definitely make something work here. Okay. Okay, yeah, Hilda's just going to hold the line. Oh, nice, look at that. Set up Persecution Complex. Okay. I feel like we can definitely make something work here, then. So if I want to get... Okay, well, first of all, let's actually just clear this out. I'll let Bernie get the kill, why not?
Pretty good, huh?
Okay, Edelgard goes there. Dance for Edelgard.
Well done.
This Claude kill. I can feel that this Claude kill is going to be a bit of a pain. Dismount. Well, fuck me. Okay. 29 in one shot. We can get 29 in one shot. Fairly reliably. 34 if we need it. So I'm thinking the move I want to run with here is warp 30 to, like, here. I know it's only 2 spaces, but... Okay. Then I will do this. Reposition him. 30. You get absolutely decimated. Oh dear. Okay. With that in mind, I think I now know who we're going to need to gambit down. Okay, Hilda we can also gambit down fairly reliably because this person's in the way. Like, gambits on Hilda... Yeah, gambits on Hilda herself aren't super accurate. But... thanks to Fusillade, we can do that. So we can, at the very least... make sure we're paralyzed for a little bit. Okay. Oh god, this is gonna be... this one's gonna be tough, boys! This one's gonna be tough! Okay. So if we gambit...
it's now or never.
You... there we go. Now I've got a turn to see what we can do. Yeah, let's see. I do want to check how Byleth does. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shove. Dance. Might also want to check Dorothea. Okay, how do you do, Byleth? You do better than most, but it's still a 16% crit rate. Yeah, we can get a lot of damage on him. But we're gonna need to throw some gambits at Claude. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. We are going to need to throw some gambits his way. I'm gonna need to get it this turn, I think. We need to do some chip damage with gambits. We'll see what we can do from there. Okay. Okay, 45 from Edelgard. And this is without any bonuses, too. Well, there's a small bonus on Edelgard, but we can get 8 from Byleth, which is good. Four... 7 with a 50% accuracy. Okay, that's a good baseline for Yuritsa. Did I already use Ferdinand's? Yes, I did, didn't I? Yeah. Okay. Yuritsa.
Hey,
What's a
how
gambit?
long has it been? 5 years? Who'd have thought you'd end up an Imperial General?
Somehow that's still an appropriate conversation. Oh, nice. Good job, Yuritsa. Some of that is still an appropriate conversation with the context of it being Yuritsa. Okay. Still 45% accuracy. Only 30. Now the thing is, Claude doesn't start moving yet. He does heal, but it's... no, it's for like 12 HP a turn. Okay, can we... Okay. Very, very accurate with Byleth. We just need a little bit of Gambit damage. Is the thing. Okay. Damn it. If we had curved shot... Oh, no. Well, no. He has close counter. If we had curved shot, I'd actually be able to... make some magic happen here. But if I go here and equip the longbow... Yeah, I'll put him in range. Which means he will give Edelgard and Byleth a little bit of support. 65, that's pretty accurate, but we can obviously do better. $35, I feel like that's not even worth trying, to be honest. What about you, Manuela? What's your one like? Also 35. Okay, Byleth, what's your gambit accuracy at the moment? 50. A 50-50. Okay, if we get some more people in range then, and I have an A support with Manuela, so I think if we put Manuela here, and just for some fun,
I have a strategy.
We'll launch Fusillade. Let's pop ourselves here. Edelgard. Yeah, it's like 80% accurate. I think we can do one better. We put Petra here, equip the short spear. That should override Yuritsa because they actually have a support with... Well, they actually have a support together. No, it doesn't. Okay, that's fine.
We haven't seen each other since Garrick Mach. You've grown lovelier than ever, Edelgard.
You're not so unfortunate yourself. And as usual, you're here at a most inopportune moment.
Well, I'm sure we have much to talk about. But how about we settle things first?
No objections here. Prepare yourself, Claude.
Come on, AD. I really need you to hit here. Beautiful. Okay, I think that's it. I think we've got him. This shit was tough going. I can't lie. Oh, but we fucking did it. Oh, we fucking did it.
Thanks so much.
Just get a little, eke a little extra support out of this map.
That really helped.
You know what, we'll even eke a little more experience out as well.
It's win or die.
It's over, Claude! You're done.
Teach. You should have chosen me instead of Edelgard.
I would every time, my friend.
Now, I suppose. Sorry, but I'll be taking the win today. Enough. You've bested me. If I die here, the Alliance becomes part of the Empire.
Do you yield then? You've never known when to give up.
Well, I can't just surrender so easily. I'm responsible for the others. If you're as smart as you seem, I bet you figured out why I was able to summon Elmyran reinforcements. Wouldn't it be better to let me go and have me in your debt?
Will you oh yeah, no, after I went out of the trouble to spare Hilda, yeah, no, fucking kill Claude. Absolutely not, good sir. Although I do think this is actually a bit of an interesting, we'll call it a dilemma for Edelgard. Because I feel like this is really the only meaningful choice she has to make in the entire route. And I feel like this kind of reminds me of in Radiant Dawn, where you can choose to recruit Zerhak and Jill out of the Daein army. And realistically, you should, for the sake of, like, their story arcs, right? For gameplay reasons, yeah, they are both pretty damn good, and the Dawn Brigade definitely benefits from them. But, like, realistically for their character arcs, they should be recruited out of the Daein army. And if you don't, they kind of get, like, a personal bad ending, you know? Jill kind of has to go back on all the development she's had, and Zerhak has to not only compromise, but basically shit on his beliefs and everything he's fought for, you know, to rejoin those Laguz hunts, basically, right? And I feel like this is a similar thing for Edelgard. Not so obviously on the surface, but if you kill Claude here, and, like, what he says about, like, I've read this situation so terribly wrong, I feel like if you choose to kill Claude, because there's no reason to, Edelgard doesn't, like, invading Leicester by itself is already kind of a weird decision on Edelgard's part. Like, Leicester is not particularly religious, its leaders aren't particularly religious, but she does it anyway? And, like, something that I really don't like about this route is they kind of phrase it as, like, a reunification of Fodlan thing, which is, like, a very much, yes, all your lands, they belong to us. Why? Because we are the Empire. You know, let's put aside the real-world version of those as well. Especially since there's some ongoing conflicts, actually, that use that kind of logic. But I feel like choosing to kill Claude is just an abject amount of violence that really hammers home the idea that Edelgard is that she's only really out for conquest and the church thing. Like, that's kind of the excuse, not the other way around. Whereas if you choose to spare Claude, it makes a lot more sense with what Edelgard is actually supposed to be doing. But it is interesting that you have the choice.
Thank you, Professor. And you, Edelgard. I'm truly grateful for your courageous decision.
I do wish there was a gameplay thing for this, though. Like, if you spare Claude in the final battle, he comes in with some Elmyran reinforcements. I think that would be pretty cool. They do something like that with the Blue Lions route in Three Hopes, where Claude comes in at the very end and helps you break into the cathedral, right? Or maybe it's not the cathedral, but, like, I'm pretty sure it's Bernie's dad who, like, puts up, like, a wall or something, and he blasts through it and lets you in. Something like that. I feel like that would have been pretty cool, but hey, at least it's in Three Hopes, I guess.
I will return your kindness one day. I promise.
Everybody, raise your voices in a victory cheer. Deirdre is ours.
Woo! That was kind of hard, actually. I was gonna say, yeah, it's either Yaritza or Edelgard. They both did pretty dang well. Yaritza did nearly fucking die. A good thing I checked, good thing I checked Nadair's stats as well. Because otherwise I would have just sent Yaritza in and had to eat my words about him being an indestructible force of nature. Hey, Claude. Bye, Claude. At least we got to hear a little bit of your theme for a little while. Oh, man. Woo! That was intense. Oh, and next mission is also going to be a little bit intense, I think. Especially since I'm going to have to kill Flame with a Byleth that uses magic. Yeah, not super looking forward to that. I will say, having a Valkyrie Byleth would actually be quite useful for that map, for the extra range, as well as a little extra movement. So, yeah.
And that concludes...
That's my pipe dream, is what I'm saying, I suppose. Oh, Hanneman, it's your birthday! I've actually already got your A rank, so I'm... No, fuck it! Fuck it!
I will
Let's
happily
have tea
tell
with
you
Hanneman.
all that I know about crests. There's nothing I'd enjoy more. My, but you have exquisite taste in tea. This is one of my favorites. I always try to keep some around.
Well, and I make sure to have some stock just for you, you handsome devil.
Thank you.
Oh. Yeah. Promise, the pleasure's all mine.
Will you drink some?
Oh, I will. I'm just, I'm waiting to see. Do you like it? Do you like the tea?
Indeed.
Okay. Classes you might enjoy. Damn it.
Indeed.
Exploring the monastery. I mean, he doesn't go to classes, I guess is the logic, but... The view from the bridge. Damn it. You'd rather work together, huh?
Well,
The library's collection. Alright, Hanneman.
can't be helped. I'll tell you about my favorite food again. Or perhaps we should talk about drinks.
Ooh, maybe. Right, Hanneman, let's chat. Damn it! It's alright, it was a great tea time anyway.
Thank you for a wonderful time, Professor.
Oh, thank you for a wonderful time, Hanneman. It was a true treat. Didn't get charm out of it, though, so... What was even the point? Okay, we did get some supports out of that. Edelgard, Constance, which I'd hoped for, Hubert... Hubert Dorothea? Okay, cool. Petra Shamir! Fair enough. And, I'm assuming, yeah, Manuela Hanneman A. Nice! Which might mean that Hanneman has now, been perma-benched, but, hey. I don't really have anything else to say there. Yeah. Okay, and, it's kind of weird to end an episode here, but it is still 2 hours long. I kind of feel like I want to just end the episode here, and then just next time, we can have a nice, long, full month. I know we didn't really do much, but I mean, that was a pretty hectic battle, I suppose, in its own way, right? So, yeah, I don't know, I don't feel too bad about leaving us there. Seems fine, right? Yeah. So, thank you so much for watching. I know it's a short one. Hey, actually, this is a prank. See, I'm gonna get people who see it and see it's a shorter episode and are like, oh god, he game overed, didn't he? Ah, that idiot. I need to see how it happens. Yeah, I'm a little bit better than that. I see through you, fool. I see through you. Anyway, as I said, thank you so much for watching. Hey, hope you just enjoy a shorter episode. You know? It's kind of nice to have those every now and then. And, I'll see you in the next one, where we'll make our way through one more month. But until then, goodbye.